Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Thousands and thousands of Christians are being killed. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter. I am hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern. That's a legal definition. When the Christians or any such group is slaughtered, like is happening in Nigeria, 3,100 versus 4,476 worldwide. What horrible numbers. Something has to be done. I am asking Congressman Riley Moore, together with Chairman Tom Cole and the House Appropriations Committee, to immediately look into this matter and to report back to me. And I mean, like, immediately. The United States cannot stand by while such atrocities are happening in Nigeria and numerous other countries. It's not only Nigeria, it's all over. We stand ready, willing, and able to save our great Christian population around the world. This is not going to happen. The killing of Christians is not going to happen.
So a few weeks ago, in what seemed like just happened out of the blues, the U.S. government, through the official channels and through Donald Trump's personal channels, decreed that they were going to consider Nigeria a country of particular interest, and they were considering also military action in Nigeria. And it sparked a whole lot of conversations, and it sparked a whole lot of reactions. And if anything, it actually brought to the international community the rate of the injustice and the mostly killings and genocide in the north. And with some people that tried to have a different perspective, including clergy, they were attacked really badly. And it was like they were trying to deny genocide. And most people did not want to even consider any other interest or any other opinion. But I think you can do both. I think we can accept that the Nigerian government should do more with the security situation, but we can also consider the motives of the US trying now, out of the blues, to try to save Nigeria, as it were. And there's going to be a sitting and a hearing about this as at the time this video is being recorded on Thursday. But before then, and even after then, when you would have watched this video, I want you to pay attention to Ted Cruz. In the same month that he's one of the senators championing US intervention in Nigeria, he released this video in a public hearing.
As I said at the previous hearing of this subcommittee, I intend for it to be a primary forum for both shaping and articulating the policies of the United States towards Africa. I believe that China is a global threat that must be confronted globally. And that means region by region, territory by territory, and nation by nation. The challenges posed by China and Africa are vast. However, there are also immense opportunities for advancing America's national security interests. Today's hearing focuses on China's dominance of critical minerals in Africa and on the importance of strengthening U.S.-Africa partnerships to secure the United States supply chain of critical minerals. We face acute threats to those supply chains, and there are enormous opportunities for American businesses to flourish in Africa. For years, the Chinese Communist Party has been working systematically to dominate Africa's critical mineral sector. China is pouring billions into its Belt and Road Initiative. It uses infrastructure loans to trap African nations in debt and then leverages that debt to secure mining rights. Creating opportunities for American companies to enter the African market and to build lasting partnerships is essential to shaping a more secure future in Africa. The extraction, processing and refining, and manufacturing of critical minerals is complex, but it is also an opportunity to shape U.S. and to reshape U.S.-Africa relations from aid-based to investment-led engagement. But if we fail to act now, China will be able to shut the United States out of Africa entirely. That is unacceptable. The administration is pursuing an emerging commercial diplomatic strategy. We are providing tools and demonstrating to our African partners that America is a reliable partner. U.S. businesses should be integrated into the strategy and work in tandem with commercial advocacy.
Did you hear that? That is Ted Cruz practically saying that China's investment in Africa is a threat to the US, and that China is able to use that investment as soft power and to keep Africa in the debt trap and take advantage of their resources. Now, using Lagos as a point of contact, over the past month, France has invested about 410 million euros in Lagos ferry system. China has invested close to $3 billion in the Green Line Railroad. The Nigerian government only contributed like 10% to that investment. If you ask about the US, or you ask about these people that want to save us, these people that, they want to come guns blazing, sweet and swift, it's cricket. And Senator Ted Cruz talked about the Road and Belt Initiative by China. And this is an initiative to invest in over 150 countries by China. And if you look at this chart, this was from 2014 to 2018. Nigeria is the second country that China has by far invested the most in, just after Pakistan. And then, again, I ask, any significant infrastructural development project outside of the aids that they have stopped, by the way, you said, that has been stopped by the US as a government, how much have they really invested in Africa, in Nigeria specifically? Maybe there is one. Look at it. The US Eco-Atlantic Consulate that's going to be in Eco-Atlantic. A result of many, many years of lobbying from the Clinton tenure to now, and it's costing over $500 million. But if you actually ask, what is the input of the $500 million? What is the trickle-down economy from that $500 million to Nigerians? It's in a very highbrow area where the 1% of the 1% stay, number one. Number two, there is also accusations that the US, they indiscriminately refuse and they don't refund fees, visa fees, and there's a whole lot of rejection that's going on. There's a whole lot of opacity, there's a lot of corruption in the system, and billions of naira are being spent yearly that are unaccounted for on failed visa application. And you're spending that just for your own benefit because it's for people that want to come, and the fees that you're going to charge, you're taking away from Water Carrington, you're going to Eco-Atlantic, and that is by far the major output of your care and love for Nigeria all of these decades. But China, over the past 2-3 decades, have invested now probably close to $50 billion. So the US is not really putting their money where their mouth is, or putting their mouth where their money is, however that phrase goes. Look, I'm under no illusion. There is no free money anywhere. And even though China is investing massively in Nigeria, they are hoping for a return, and it's very possible they are taking advantage of that. We've seen various cases of Chinese bosses treating Nigerians terribly. We've seen various cases of even one of the Chinese investor in Ogun State suing the government, for all they are worth, dragging them to court. And I've done many videos about it. And I'm not going to say there's an altruistic motive at the end of the day, but these are the people that are giving us money. And real estate has been the major beneficiary, especially in a place like Lagos, because now you have new seaports, you have new roads, you have infrastructure, you have investment going into the rail, you have investment going into airports, and it's trickling down. It's creating jobs, it is creating new industries that are blossoming, But how much is the US involved economically in our progress? And this is coming off the back of a few weeks ago, the US bailed Argentina over $20 billion. It was a bailout to Argentina. Look, I'm aware this is a very, very, very sensitive topic. I hope and I really, really pray that this pressure will be continued. But what if there is a bigger play here? What if And I think it's something that we should interrogate. At the end of the day, this is a real estate channel. And China has been amazing so far this year. And I hope we are having intellectuals sitting in these rooms where these contracts are being signed. So even as investment is pouring in, and China is seeing Nigeria as very, very strategic for the African continent, I believe that the US still sees Nigeria that way, as very strategic for the African continent. And at the end of the day, investment should come to Nigeria rather than military intervention. And we pray this is sustained, and if this advocacy and if all of this push leads to that, it is 100% welcome. Anyways, what do you think? And what do you think is the future for world power and Africa as a strategic channel? Also looking at Nigeria as a strategic channel to the future of the world and the world as we know it, economics and world domination and all of that good stuff. Anyways, this is the Ownahome TV show. This kind of flew a bit around our alley and I decided to discuss it. Kindly like, kindly share, kindly subscribe. This is the Ownahome TV show. Yeah, Ownahome, we believe owning a home, owning a property should not make you lose sleep. So we're committed to giving you the very best property recommendations on this side of real estate. Kindly like, kindly share, kindly subscribe. I'll see you in the very next video. Bye-bye.